Let us all try to be worthy of Sri Aurobindo's centenary.
Good evening to everyone. On behalf of Sri Aurobindo Society, Chennai, we are meeting every Saturday at 4 p.m. and we are having our regular Satsang talks. Today, Madam Sujatha Pati is with us and she is going to speak on Sri Aurobindo and his message for the whole world. And for the whole humanity. Madam Sujatha Pati is not new to us. She physically visited our society a couple of years back and she gave a talk in our society and in our satsang also through Google Meet. She had participated and given talks and she is no stranger to us. I just want to appraise the participants who are here regarding the work which is undertaken by Sujatha Pati. And she's a student of ashram school. She studied in our ashram school. And of course, she had she had the great fortune of meeting the mother on her birthdays. Afterwards, she has settled in Odisha, and she has set up a small ashram. She and her family, entire family, is involved in that work in a place called Brahmansuku. It's a small village, tribal village in Odisha, and this center or ashram was started in the year 2012 by Sujata Madam and her family. It is a tribal area, and many of the people, as usual, they had no, they had little exposure to education, and of course, with lack of education, that place was well known for all the undesirable activities, and she had a great challenge in bringing the people under the fold of the mother and Sri Aurobindo, and she had a lot of problems in overcoming the resistance in the people, and she established what is called Patha Chakras, that is study circles in the nearby villages, which has gradually changed the attitude of the people. Once upon a time, the people in the place was given to the habit of drinking. Now it is changed. It is changed to a lot extent. And this ashram has taken up allied activities like farming, dairy farm, hostel for children who will stay in this spiritual environment, a small scale center for the convenience of people, a small rice mill, a mill for the millets, and they are also making agarbattis and flower pots. Of course, they're having a challenge in getting people to work for them. The primary activity they are doing is they have established study circle and propagating the teachings of the mother and Sri Aurobindo amongst the tribal people. It is a very great challenge. So this is something they are going a great work, and not only Sujata Madam, her daughter, her husband, everybody is involved in this work. It's a great sadhana they are doing in that work. So it is very befitting for our society to have Sujata Madam with us. And as Sri Aurobindo's birthday is coming close by, she is going to talk on Sri Aurobindo's message and his for the whole humanity. I welcome Sujata Madam on behalf of Sri Aurobindo Society and on behalf of all the devotees who have assembled here, and I hand over this forum to you.
Thank you, sir.
Camera little lower, please. Camera little lower, little lower,
Is it
little
okay?
down. No, still. Yes, still, yeah. Now it's okay.
Just a minute.
Because your face is not visible. Yeah, fine. Now
Is
it's
it-
fine. Yeah, now it's
Oh.
fine. Yeah.
Is my voice clear?
Yes, yes, it's clear.
Okay, thank you. Okay, good evening to all my brothers and sisters present here in this session. Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Aurobindo. Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Aurobindo. Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Aurobindo. O Lord, my sweet mother. Uh, so for today, as Shiv Kumarji said, that today we have taken the topic of Sri Aurobindo and his messages for the whole humanity. So first, let us take an incident which had occurred in 1908, 2nd May. So we all know about that. When Sri Aurobindo was arrested by the British, they're suspecting him to be the main mastermind in Muzaffar bomb case, which had occurred on the previous day. It was on 1st May. So when he was arrested and was being taken to the Lal Bazar jail, he says he was shaken in faith for a while. He questioned the divine within him. What happened? What is this that happened to me? Because he was working for his country, for his motherland. So again, he's saying to the divine, I believe that I had a mission to work for the people of my country. And until that work was done, I should have thy protection. Why then am I here on such a charge? So he was quite confused. He was thinking, why this happened? 2 days passed. On third day, a voice came from within, wait and see. So he became calm and he waited for the voice to speak again. So now Sri Aurobindo remembered that a month or more before his arrest, a call had come from within to put aside all activity, to go into seclusion and get closer communion with the divine, to do his work, his means divine's work. But Sri Aurobindo thought the work he was doing was so dear to him that he couldn't accept this. He just ignored it actually. No, because he had a feeling that if I leave this work of this fight for freedom, so that how will it continue? It may also collapse. He had this feeling. He also says it was a little of my pride that had come up. So now he felt this voice, the voice again telling him or speaking to him that the bonds that you had not the strength to break, because he also said that I was quite weak in that part, that time. So here again, the voice as if it is telling him that the bonds that you had not the strength to break, I have broken for you. So I have had another thing for you to do. And it is for that I have brought you here, to teach you what you could not learn for yourself and to train you for my work. And it is the divine who told from within that I have brought you here because I broke the chain which you could not have broken, or so I have brought you here to learn for yourself and to train for my work. So indeed, he had, as we know, we all know, we must have read about his life. So many spiritual experiences in that 1 year in jail he had. So he had the realization of Vasudeva, present everywhere, the divinity in everywhere and in everything. So he saw only the divine. He saw divine in the in jailer, divine in the gate, if divine in the wall, in everywhere and in everything. He just saw the divine, the Vasudeva. So after that, he only wait. So after that, he only waited for that voice to speak again, and then he acted accordingly. So he called it Adesa. So, and we know it was the Adesa. So by this Adesa only he went to Pondicherry, which was ruled then by the French government. Now, by pulling the, the God, the divine, has pulled him out from the politics. See, and he wanted to give him some other work, and he said, and it was said that I have brought you here for some other thing you have to do. So you have to work for me. So what is that work the divine intended for him? This we can get the idea from the prayer written by the mother in her diary on 30th March 1914. And we all know mother arrived at Pondicherry for the first time on 29th March 1914. That afternoon itself, she had the appointment with Sri Aurobindo. So mother from her childhood, she had many spiritual experiences in which she used to see Sri Aurobindo, whom she used to call Krishna, because she had read some mythological book, mythology from of India, Indian mythologies. So she called Krishna. So when she saw him for the first time on 29th March 1914, in which so when she saw her for the first time, saw him for the first time, she knew that it was him to whom whom she was seeing in her vision and dreams from the childhood. So on 30th March, she wrote in her diary. It is a very important message. Actually, it is a very important note she has spoken about, that it matters little that there are thousands of beings plunged in the densest ignorance. He whom we saw yesterday is on earth. His presence is enough to prove that a day will come when darkness shall be transformed into light, and thy reign shall be indeed established upon earth. So Mother and Sri Aurobindo both came to earth with the same. They came upon the earth to accomplish the same mission. So the one is the creator and other is the creatrix. So that's why Mother said, without him I exist not, and without me he is unmanifest. Sri Aurobindo had come, he would have written so many books, but who would understand? Mother gave the practical view, gave it a practical existence to his words, to his dreams. So when Mother speaks about it, that about his presence on earth, here she speaks about the transformation of the earth, not of any particular country, religion, caste, or creed. It is for the whole humanity, for the whole transformation of the earth, of the whole universe. So people often ask. So here we can say that some people ask. We already have many spiritual leaders in past, leaders and avatars in the past. So what is the newness of Sri Aurobindo? So Mother says Sri Aurobindo has come on earth not to bring a teaching or a creed in competition with previous creeds or teachings, but to show the way to overpass the past and to open concretely the route towards an imminent and inevitable future. So now, what future, about the future he is speaking about? In evolution, now the earth has reached a new stage or step where it has to go one step ahead. So it is about the luminous future Mother has spoken about, that Sri Aurobindo has come to show us the way to a luminous future. Till now, man thought that he is the last species. But Sri Aurobindo revealed that man is not the final. He is a transitional between animal and divine being. Till now, no one has spoken about this. No one has told about it. So, Sri Aurobindo is the first to reveal that another species, another another being will be coming, and it is the man is not the final. A superman, she has spoken about the superman and the next supramental being. So what now? So he also says that we have one step. So now man is a transitional being. When he said, so our one step is an animal, because we have got all the animality within us, and at the same time we are the candidate for the divine being or for the superman. So his yoga is the yoga of transformation of mental, vital, and physical into divinized mind, vital, and also a divinized body. So unlike others, so he has, this is the aim of his yoga, and his yoga is called the yoga for transformation, we all know. But the thing is, unlike others, he did not give any diksha or initiation. So many people ask, so why that Sri Aurobindo hasn't given any diksha or initiation? But as Sri Aurobindo's yoga is, its aim is total transformation. It cannot be done only by the diksha or advice, etc., because it can be achieved by mother's transforming power. So till now, the ultimate goal was nirvana or moksha, moksha prapti. It used to occur, these things used to occur in individual level. But those who had the realization, they guided the spiritual seekers who came to them for initiation. So that too, they did not accept all. The seekers had to appear the test. And I want to I want to tell a story about for this how they used to take the test of for the disciples. So it is the story written by Professor Manoj Das. So once the three young men came to a renowned guru, an rishi, really, to have their initiation. So the guru told them to take rest that day, and next morning to meet. He will meet them. So next morning, when they were very happy, and the next morning when they came to the guru was sitting in front of the veranda like portico, was sitting there, and there he told the young aspirants also to take their seat. And after sitting, the guru just pointed towards a pond, towards a beautiful lotus in that nearby pond, and said, "You see, what a beautiful lotus! How bright red color it has." So the first aspirant said, "Truly, what a bright red lotus it is." And the second aspirant said, "Oh, I had never seen such a red lotus before." And the third, with a little hesitation, he said, "Rishivar, it is true that the lotus is bright and beautiful, but it appears to me white, not red." The guru only smiled and said and kept quiet. After some time, after they had their lunch, guru called three of them, and the to the second aspirant who had said that I had never seen such a red lotus before, to him he said, "Okay, you are not yet prepared till now. You can go." Hmm. So after that, other two stayed back. So after 5 years, they completed their studies, and then when they were about to leave, the aspirant who had said that it is the white lotus, and it was indeed the white lotus, so he asked Guru, before leaving, I want to ask you one question which has been in my heart since these 5 years. I have the curiosity to know. And the Guru said, okay, you can ask. Said, that time when you were about to select from us who will stay and who will go back. So was there any relation about that lotus? Was there any connection with that lotus also for taking out tests? The Guru smiled and said, yes. Said, okay, then both of them, two of them said it is red lotus, but you sent back one and kept the other. Why? The Guru said, to whom I sent back, he only said he saw that it was the white lotus. He knew it was white lotus, but he told me he just wanted to impress me and said that it is red. So I didn't want him. So I sent him back. And then he asked, and the other one, he also said it is red lotus. The Guru said, he said it is red lotus because at the moment I pointed at the lotus and said that it is red. And he had such a faith in me that this appeared to him, that at the same moment it appeared to him red. And because he has such a faith, strong faith in me, in my words. So this way, this is how they used to test. And mother has also written a story about the initiation. We must have read. So these are the things they used to give test. But Sri Aurobindo's yoga being yoga of transformation, and it cannot be achieved only by individual effort. Collective effort is indispensable. So it is a collective yoga. We say this is collective yoga, and so collective sadhana, collective effort is indispensable in this yoga. So in this yoga, anyone can take up this yoga by his own will. No one is rejected. So if one wants to take up by his own will, he's accepted. But when Sri Aurobindo was in his body, and he was asked once about this initiation, he said, there is no formal initiation. There is no formal initiation. Acceptance is sufficient. But I do not usually accept unless I have seen or the mother has seen the person, or unless there is a clear sign that he is meant for this yoga. So it may seem contradictory. So on one side, it is said that everyone can take up this yoga. It is a collective yoga, all yoga, and anyone can take it up. Here, Sri Aurobindo says he accepts if he sees a clear sign, if he is meant for this yoga. So it is because after the descent of the supramental force, the things changed. In 1950, Lord has brought it down on his own body, as the earth was not prepared to tolerate its force. As Ganga stepped on Shiva's matted hair before running into the earth, onto the earth. So similarly, now Mother said, Sri Aurobindo has given. So Sri Aurobindo had, because earth was not prepared, Sri Aurobindo to give up his body, and Sri Aurobindo gave his life so that we may be born into the divine consciousness. So in 1956, on 29th February, Mother let it down to work on the earth consciousness, the supramental force. She brought it down to the earth to work on the earth consciousness. And on 1967, it worked in mental consciousness or in human mind. And in 1969, Superman consciousness was active in earth atmosphere. So all these things were going on. So with this, the changes were also revealed. And after this, Mother felt, and after 1969, when the Superman consciousness was active on Earth atmosphere, Mother felt the importance of this collectivity. And Auroville started, And for Auroville, mother gave this message that Auroville wants to be a universal town where men and women of all countries and are able to live in peace and progressive harmony. Above all grades, all politics, and all nationalities. The purpose of Auroville is to realize human unity. So, and also now in Odisha also, many centers, many ashrams and centers are also open for this collective living and for the collective sadhana. So, so So it is the and for this collectivity. So it is only then that more and more people will be aware of the new consciousness. And when Sri Aurobindo's message will for collectivity, it was important to spread Sri Aurobindo's message. So then only more people will be aware of this new consciousness working upon earth and the arrival of the new world. So before this propaganda or this spreading was not much encouraged, but gradually after the descent of the supplementary force, gradually mother gave importance to spread his messages. Any problem or crisis, may it be in state level, national level, or international level, only one solution mother gave. Mother said, if man consents to be spiritualized, and for that, and she wanted that everyone, these messages should reach everyone in every corner of the country. So it is clear that in Odisha also, when new integral schools opened, mother asked, who are the teachers? Have they read Sri Aurobindo? So how importance she gave that everyone should know what Sri Aurobindo has said. It is clear that Sri Aurobindo is for the whole humanity. So mother said on 1st January 1972, Sri Aurobindo does not belong to a country, but to the whole earth. His teaching leads us to a better future. So Sri Aurobindo's work is a unique earth transformation. So his work is for the unique earth transformation. So in fact, he not only revealed about what Sri Aurobindo not only revealed about this transformation in words, or but he showed us the path, and with his own realization, he gave us the example. He was an example for us. Mother says he has provided us with proof that the thing can be done, and the time is now to do it. This is the most important thing. But now the time has come. Now we have to do it because he had become the example for us. Sri Aurobindo has made the supreme sacrifice for the humanity. So, in one of his poems, The God's Labor, many of us must have read it. So, the God's Labor, this poem is nothing but the experience of Mother and Sri Aurobindo, what they had to go through to pave the path for this supramental. So, to conquer over misery, illness, old age, and death, about which no one has thought of. The people have escaped by nirvana and all these things, but moksha, but they have escaped, but not conquered. So it seemed impossible then. They made now Mother and Sri Aurobindo has made it possible. They gave us the assurance now. They have given us the assurance. So in this poem, I would like to read out some few stanza of this poem, just like introductory stanza. He who would bring the heavens here must descend himself into clay, and the burden of earthly nature bear and tread the dolorous way. So he made it clear that when he wants to join the heaven to earth, he wants to create a bridge within that, and he wants to make the earth heaven. So in that case, he who would bring the heaven here must descend himself into clay. He had to descend here. So then what he did? coercing my Godhead, another stanza, coercing my Godhead, I have come down here on the sordid earth, ignorant, laboring, human grown, twixt the gates of death and birth. So, coercing his Godhead, he came down to the earth to make the earth, to bring the heaven to the earth and twixt the gates of death and birth. So he just descended on earth in that to that ignorance, the same, one the human, the same thing which the human suffers, he also descended into that suffering, into that ignorance, and fixed the gate of death and birth. He said, now how living, how living this divine form, he came down upon the earth as human. Now what he did, what was his work? I have given, it was now the God's labor, what the God has done for us. They have done for us the thing that, and it was expressed and it is described in the poem. And I'm just reading out one stanza of that. I have been digging deep and long, mid a horror of filth and mire, a bed for the golden river's song, a home for the deathless fire. So to prepare the earth a home for the deathless fire. These are just some introductory lines, just to understand who are their mother and Sri Aurobindo. Though when Sri Aurobindo was writing this poem, whatever lines he used to write on that the day, and that stanza he used to read out to the mother, and mother used to exclaim, "Oh Lord, you have revealed my secret, my today's experience." So it was the same experience they used to have. So if we read the full poem, we'll get a thrill actually. What a great sacrifice they have done for the mankind. They have cleared the path for us. So now, in 1940, now we'll see that how he is for the whole mankind, whole humanity. So on 1947, 15th August, it is Sri Aurobindo's birthday and also the Independence Day, and when the India got her freedom. So he has revealed his 5 dreams on that day, and what man usually dream of his selfish needs and whatever, and some other things, and for his power and all these things. But his dream was unlike others. His first dream was a free and united India. Second dream was for the resurgence and liberation of the people of Asia and her great role in the progress of human civilization. And his third dream was a world union, for union forming the outer basis of a fairer, brighter, and nobler life for all mankind. So first, second, and third dream. Then comes his fourth dream was the spiritual gift of India to the world. That is, India will lead the Western countries in spirituality, and India will be the spiritual leader of the world. It was his fourth dream. And when he was speaking of this, as he said, all his dreams to now seems to come true. So the fifth and final dream was that a step in evolution which would rise man to a higher and larger consciousness and begin the solution of the problems which have perplexed and vexed him since he first began to think and to dream of individual perfection and a perfect society. So it was his fifth and final dream. Then now let's see who can speak of a step forward in evolution. The avatar. The avatar who descends when a special work is to be done on earth, and also in the crisis of the earth evolution. That is what Sri Aurobindo has done. He came on earth to lift us to a new consciousness, and his dreams had already started taking place at the time he revealed. And his dreams on 15th August, which he spoke on 15th August 1947. That time it was already started taking shape, as he also said, except his first dream. But after the supramental descent, that was no more just a hope or a promise, but now it has become certain. His fifth dream, now it will come true. It is become certain. In 1951, Mother has said, a new light shall break upon earth. In 51, she had said that new light shall break upon earth, a new world shall be born, the things that were promised shall be fulfilled. But after 29th February 1956, after the descent of the supramental force on earth, on 24th April, she said, the manifestation of the supramental upon earth is no more a promise but a living fact, a reality. It is at work here, and one day will come when the most blind, the most unconscious, even the most unwilling shall be obliged to recognize it. So, Sri Aurobindo now Mother says, Sri Aurobindo is an emanation of the Supreme who came on earth to announce the manifestation of a new race and a new world, the supramental. So let us prepare for it in all sincerity and eagerness. So now, as she said, he did his part. Sri Aurobindo did his part. He came to earth to announce the supramental manifestation. But now, what is our work? What we should do now? Let us prepare. So Mother said, let us prepare for it in all sincerity and eagerness. So even for the preparation, one thing I would like to say that Sri Aurobindo as a person, as a human being, when he came, he had he had an unique personality. If that about his personality we can know, and we can also, he was an example for us, and I want to share some of the one or two incidents of his personality. First thing, he was so calm, he was so quiet, and so he had an equanimity. Even if things were going wrong, he was quiet and calm. And when an incident had happened, when he was and others had come to go to Pondicherry, so things were arranged for him. Tickets were booked in, of course, in Shadma name and disguised name, of course. And so there were relatives, two or three people with him were there. They arrived at airport, and the ticket was with another person, and they were supposed to meet uh, uh, in the lake where they were just crossing by boats, but it was evening, and they just missed each other. So when they arrived at the port, that time doctor had examined the passengers and left already. Now what to do? The people who were with him, they were so worried, and they were really so confused. They were worried what to do. But Sri Aurobindo, for whom all these things were happening, he was absolutely quiet and looking up and was thinking as if he was not in this, he was in his own world. So after that, everything miraculously changed, and the doctor who had examined, they went to that doctor, and that time that person who had the ticket was also there, and all these things actually they were helped by the Tongawala and by the Kuli, all these people, and miraculously the things changed, and they got the ticket, and at the right time they could board the ship. So that is one example how cool, how calm he can remain in spite of all the problems. And once mother has also said, no, so when it was, when they were in Pondicherry, when he was in Pondicherry, well, it was a storm was taking place and a cyclone, sorry, cyclone. And mother thought the windows are banging, all the water is coming in. So she should go and close Sri Aurobindo's windows. And when she came to Sri Aurobindo's room, she saw he was so quiet, he was just writing, and a, s- a very concrete and a very strong peace was holding there. So as if nothing is happening, no sound, no rain, no water, no bang of the windows, nothing. Absolutely a strong silence. So mother said how he could put the he could influence, he can give put an influence of his calmness on the nature also. So this is one thing we should also learn. And another incident had happened when he was in Baroda under Maharaja. Once the Baroda Maharaja was going on in the morning, early morning, he was riding his horse and going for a stroll on his horse. He suddenly saw that an old lady, of course, she was there and with his cow dungs, dry cow dungs, and she was trying to lift them up, and she couldn't. So she stopped the Maharaja, and Maharaja when he was in his usual dress, and the lady did not know, that old lady did not know that it was Maharaja. She just she asked him to get down of the horse and to put that basket of cottons on her head. So Maharaja got down and put that basket on her head, and she just blessed the Maharaja, and she went on her way. Then when Maharaja was just going to climb his horse, get on his horse, he noticed that Sri Aurobindo is coming and is on his for a morning walk. So and smiling at him. So Maharaja greeted Sri Aurobindo and said, "What, Aurobindo Babu? Why are you smiling? You thought that being a Maharaja of Baroda, that I helped that old lady." So Sri Aurobindo said, "Nothing of that sort, nothing." So no, I know you are not the person to join to smile without any reason. So that was and he assumed many other things, and Sri Aurobindo said nothing of that sort. I smiled. In case of Maharaja, is it enough just to lift up that basket to her head, where he can do many things more, so that she doesn't have to lift up the baskets? Maharaja realized, and he climbed his horse and went on the direction where that lady was going. And he stopped the lady and told him to come to the court the next day. So the next day, the Maharaja took the address of the lady, and the next day he sent his men to that lady's house to bring her to the court. So when the lady saw the people from the court, she was really afraid. Did I do anything wrong? So anyway, when she came and saw the Maharaja, she became so nervous that, oh, yesterday it was this person that I had told to raise the basket to my head. So when but the Maharaja said, "Don't fear, do not be afraid, you just come and sit here." And she made her sit beside him, and she arranged everything for her, so that she never had to do again, lift to sell those cow dungs, dry cow dungs and all this. So he made all the arrangements, and he felt such a peace within him. Then, when he next met Sri Aurobindo, he said that all these things he described, and said, I felt a peace in me after this thing." So then Sri Aurobindo said that this is the thing which was expected from you. This is the way of a Maharaja. And anyway, so our attitude means our drishtikon, we can say, towards things are different. We could have said, oh, being a Maharaja, he did such a thing. But his viewpoint was different from us. He served from all the sides. So there are many other things also when he used to take his meals. So once he took his meal, after that others came and took their meal. But when they took their meal, he saw that no salt was added in the curry, and they told Sri Aurobindo, "How did you take it without any salt?" Sri Aurobindo just smiled and said, "Without salt also there is a taste." So he took everything very no. Lightly. He didn't take all these things seriously. He was very calm and poised in his case. So we must learn the things from his personality. And if we go and read his life history, and we can go through his life history, we can see so many things are there to learn from his personality. So these are the things. But role means whatever he has done for us, however, he has been an example for us, that we should never forget. And we should always have a gratefulness, have a gratitude for the Supreme, for the divine work he has done for us. And now, at the end, I would like to read out another message by the mother about Sri Aurobindo. Sri Aurobindo came upon earth to announce the manifestation of the supramental world, and not only did he announce this manifestation, but he also embodied in part the supramental force and gave us the example of what we must do to prepare ourselves for this manifestation. So, the best thing we can do is to study all he has told us, strive to follow his example, and prepare ourselves for the new manifestation. This gives life its true meaning and will help us to overcome all obstacles. Let us live for the new creation, and we shall grow stronger and stronger while remaining young and progressive. Now, thank you very much. Gratitude to the Divine Mother for giving me this opportunity to share something with you. And thanks again. And Bande Mataram.
Thank you, Sujata Di. Thank you very much. We were all spellbound by your speech. Now, if somebody wants to interact anything, they are welcome. If they want they have any questions, or if they want to interact, they are welcome. Yes, madam. Yes.
Good evening, Sujata madam. I'm listening to you first time, and I'm so happy that you are a student of the ashram and you have met mother and you have taken blessings from her. And now you are lighting the lamp of education in Odisha. This all Shivakumar sir said, it made me so happy. It's full grace of mother. And the first incident of Sri Aurobindo, you read it so emotionally. You just taken us to those days. And I was thinking, it is kind of Bhagwan, sweet divine, to broke the bonding chains of our Sri Aurobindo. So he gave Sri Aurobindo to us. And the lotus story was so beautiful. And I just connected. See, Mother Bhagavan, both are same. So the person who saw the white rose with devotion as a red, that reminded me of like that. Are they connecting Mother and Divine in that? And things can be done. This is the time to do it. It was a very powerful message you gave us. And Maharaja Baroda's story, really, it was very nice. And I read somewhere, I just want to share a very small incident. I don't know what exactly with whom it happened, but it is Sri Aurobindo's extreme, tremendous compassion story. He was writing something with so many papers and with a very small lamp. There was someone next to him. I don't know his devotee or his brother, that I don't remember. He was suffering with malaria and he was lying down next to him. And suddenly he vomited so forcefully that it all spilled on the paper where Sri Aurobindo is writing and on him on the floor everywhere. But Sri Aurobindo did not show any expression on the face or body language. He just got up, helped the person clear himself, put the papers aside, and then after some time clearing up the area, he started writing as if nothing has happened. I read this and I always think about this particular incident of the compassion of Sri Aurobindo. Thank you, Ma. Thanks to listen to you. It was so beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Anybody else? Sujata, madam, I have a question to ask. I think you have been in this active propagation and spreading the message for the last almost a decade, more than a decade. What is your experience whether the receptivity of the people in your area is increased, and how do you feel whether, because as the mother says, the new consciousness is active, because of that, whether the people are also becoming more and more receptive, whether that new, because of the new consciousness, you are being helped in your work. Can you please tell?
It's very true that because of the new consciousness which is working, and we'll observe, especially the years of this, like when the centenary was Sri Aurobindo's birth centenary, mother said, let us take the advantage of this and spread message of Sri Aurobindo. So similarly, in 150th year also, we had so many experiences. A little effort was giving a great result. And as you said, so many, when you go out to when you reach people, they show interest, but we can see that at least we put the seed into them. They, at least they got to know about Sri Aurobindo and Mother. I don't know, but the time may come when they will be able to, again, if there are diesel, petrol, and wet wood and dry wood, and when you go and when we lit the lamp, when we lit the light fire, so it will catch, what will catch the fire? So who will catch first the fire? So the word, like the petrol will catch the fire. So who has that receptivity? Immediately they catch the fire, and they they just they have that receptivity, so they want to know more and more about it, and they get connected with us. And even the in the wet wood, it has the possibility of, when it gets dry, it has the possibility to catch the fire. So they may be of any, in any situation, or in any place, but our work is to just go and tell the message of Sri Aurobindo, reach the message of Sri Aurobindo. And one an incident I would like to also narrate. was a man was somebody presented a person a book, Life Divine or something. I don't remember exactly something, and he just kept that book in his trunk. And years passed after his retirement or something like that. When he was cleaning his trunk, he got that book, and when he read it and he went through the book, he was so amazed that he was so amazing. He felt, he said, how, why did I miss so many years? So, but probably the time hadn't come, and he had that receptivity. And that case, I think, probably before that he was wet wood, and that time he was the diesel or the petrol something. Anyway, so our work is to go and reach the message of Sri Aurobindo everywhere, and not to worry about if they have the receptivity or not, but their soul in that inside, they get something is listening inside them, so it will come out. And you know, when we go to the villages, and especially in this village, we see the difference before and after the study circles uh, were done. So uh, our work is just to go and spread the message of Sri Aurobindo and Mother. And because the time has come and we have to do it, the just to accelerate the work of the supremative force, we can just as a we can say a squirrel effort. We say no. So to Sri Ramchandra, this how the squirrels had helped. In that way, also we are doing. Of course, it's not that without us, Mother won't have won't reach. Means these things will not be established, will not be manifested. It will be in its own course, but we have to. They are giving us the scope. They're giving us the opportunity to be a help in this work. So I don't know if I could.
Yeah, I got it. Really, I got it because this is hour of God.
Yes,
Many of the many of the workers, I can share your view. Many of the workers of the Mother and Sri Aurobindo share your view. Even a little effort on our part brings great results. Even little effort on our part brings great results. Why? Because this is hour of God. There is
yes,
a helping hand is there. The mother's consciousness is there. Mother's force is there. A little of effort, that's what is expected of us, but it brings great results. I fully agree with you.
we should all try to do that. Of course, now,
Yes,
this is the opportunity Mother has given us.
yes, naturally, sure. Yeah, of course. We are all blessed people that we have come into the fold of the Mother and Sri Aurobindo. Anybody else would like to share or opinion or anything? Thank you very much, Sujata madam. Thank you very much. Since you are in the field, whatever you speak carries a lot of weight, and it carries a lot of conviction. It was so absorbing. Your talk was so absorbing. And of course, Sri Aurobindo was given that Adesh, Mother divine work. And as Mother has said, that because of Sri Aurobindo, whatever may be, however may be the earth condition now, this presence of this one man will see to it that everything becomes all right. That's what her prayer. And of course, Sri Aurobindo was the creator and the mother was a creatrix. Here, the ultimate aim is a whole transformation of the earth. It is not an individual progress, but a collective progress. So Sri Aurobindo, why Sri Aurobindo has come is not to compete with the existing system or philosophies or religion, but to overpass the past and to open the way for the future. That's what the mother has said. And to show that the man is not the final product, and from man there is going to emerge the supramental being. And here, even though there is no individual initiation or anything, once we accept the mother's transforming power will work, and it will help us in our sadhana, and it is a collective sadhana. And the mother brought down the supramental force in 1956. Since 1969, the supramental consciousness has become active. So everything depends on us only. That is what you have insisted. It is all given to us, whether we want to get spiritualized or not, whether we are ready, whether we are prepared. So the ball is lying in our court only, because everything is ready to help us. The mother's force, the supramental consciousness, everything is ready to help us in our path. But the question is whether we are ready. So you have made it very clear that Sri Aurobindo belongs to the whole earth, not to any particular country or a particular region. And you have also highlighted how much of struggle Sri Aurobindo and the mother had undergone, and it was vividly captured in his poem, The God's Labor. And you had also highlighted Sri Aurobindo's 5 dreams. And of course, all the 4 dreams, he himself had admitted that 3 of his dreams were fulfilled in his lifetime, and the 4th dream also is fulfilled. The 5th dream, the man attaining supermanhood, will also certainly fulfill, because Sri Aurobindo had himself admitted that none of his visions, whatever he has foreseen, it had always happened. Sri Aurobindo has once admitted. So it has been realized. So this will also will be realized. And it is, as you said, it is a hour of God. So even a little effort on our part, a little openness in our part will certainly help us in our sadhana. And thank you very much, Sujata madam. Because I know you are a very busy person, and you are in fact actually involved in the work in your Patha Chakras and all that. And thank you very much for sparing your valuable time and having agreed to be a part of us. I request you to please join us more and more in our satsang. And thank you very much. We also thank you all. We thank all the participants who have joined us in this occasion. This meeting will end with prayer music.
Let us all try to be worthy of Sri Aurobindo's centenary.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mother.